2025. The man, the king, the god, this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
I'm so close when you burn in hell forever.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the longest running episodic podcast on the Blvd Bullies YouTube channel. Welcome to here. Fuck. Why do it's been like 6 months. I always feel like I go into welcome to Here Comes the Lame. That show's been dead for a while. Welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World, y'all. Last Minute Larry is not in attendance. And I gotta tell you guys, let's be honest for a second. I think I'm in a funk. I think I'm in a creative funk. You know, since Brian left out of nowhere, you know, and look, yo, my man Bri, whenever we would get into an argument that might not have a solution, that might not have an answer, even Sean, hell, Steve, Cass, all these guys of Blvd Bullies past, they'll go, well, you don't do anything. I do everything. I'm the driving force behind Blvd Bullies. You don't do shit. And I mean, when Cuck Steve said that to me, that was false. When Cass said that to me, that was hyper false. But when Brian said that to me, that might be true. That might be true. Because I am feeling like my keister is out here blowing in the wind without Bri. So I just want to say, Bri, we miss you. The stirring of the pot, the constant finger on the pulse, that was something that was so valuable to the Blvd Bullies, the Bulls of the Wood. And, you know, it's like, all right, well, whatever, we'll keep it moving. And obviously a lot of you guys, thank you, by the way. Thank you so much, by the way, for staying with us, staying with me, tuning in for Larry, tuning in for the banter and the good times. But then it's like, okay, it's just me and Larry. And Larry is between 10 to 15 to 20 minutes late every episode. And you'd think that maybe because Bria's left, that Larry would say to himself, oh, you know what? Let me give myself an extra 5 minutes here. Let me help out PK. Let me circle the wagons and help the man. But actually, Larry is more late than he's ever been. And when he does show up, his internet is dog shit. And when his internet ain't dog shit, his phone charge is at like, he'll start the show on like 20%. So, like, what am I supposed to do? Are we just going to let this thing die? We're going to let the Danny DeMontos of the world win? Because already, the haters that are watching the show have something to laugh at. They have something to write home about. They have something to put into their group text. It's like, oh, look at Blvd Bullies. Blvd Bullies falling apart. Look at these guys. They suck. So what time is it right now? 7:15? 7:12. Makes me utterly fucking sick. You know what? So what? Okay, cool. 7:15. Don't worry. Hey, Larry will come in, and he'll be pixelated and frozen for half the show. And then you got to leave a half an hour early. And by the way, this kind of talk, me just stating the facts of what other people bring to the table, is what makes those people quit. So if I was to sit down and say, hey, oh, great. Hey.
Hello.
I was just talking massive amounts of shit on you.
It's okay. Everyone does.
Who's everyone?
Pat, are you sad?
Am I sad? Yeah, I'm fucking sad. The show sucks. It makes me sad.
I'm here. There's nothing that sucks about anything that I do.
Well, I don't have that same confidence that you do, Larry.
You should.
So
you you were discovered by Brett Hoffman.
So what does that make me, a little chode? A little 3-inch clit? Because that's the way I feel when you show up 15 minutes late with your Minecraft looking like pixelated ass. I feel like a 3-inch clit, Larry.
Don't.
So, hey, by the way, welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. I'm PK with the Blvd Bullies. I'm in a fucking funk. And I'm here with Larry, funkless, absolutely untouchable, Teflon Don, CZW Hall of Famer, former boat owner, Showcase Showdown winner, my wrestling father, apple-eating, pixelated-ass Minecraft motherfucker. My friend and yours, Larry. Legend.
Did you not announce me correctly?
I feel like I announced you pretty correctly just now.
I don't know.
Oh, CZW Hall of Famer. Soon to be joined by Justice Payne, Nicolas Cage's biological brother.
You forgot the.
Larry, the legend.
That's right. On IMDb, and on my Hall of Fame plaque, and on that plaque back there from that kickboxing show, it says it. It says Larry the Legend.
Larry the Legend.
Don't you forget it. And any time that you intro me, Patrick, don't you forget. Like how Nicholas Wilson added the, don't you forget to add that the.
So on Thursday before Valentine's Day, February the 13th, I recorded with Bald Steve and I recorded with Schlack the movie review show. And I feel like this is something I want to talk about.
Okay.
Because, am I just too old? Have I lost my mojo, dude? Did somebody travel back in time and take a huge needle and stick it into my cryogenic pod right into my balls and suck out my mojo like an Austin Powers? Because I feel like Schlack was great, and I feel like Bald Steve was great. But I feel like myself as a host dropped the ball because I don't think the show is funny enough to be a funny show. And I don't think that the movie analytics and like the hosting of movie analysis was good enough to be a movie show. So I think what you're going to get is a heavily edited, trim the fat, 3 guys just bullshitting about movies. Spoiler alert, Schlack wore a short sleeve button down shirt with a tie a la Michael Douglas Falling Down. Imagine Michael Douglas falling down, same shirt, same tie, same glasses, Schlack's face. But to be honest, like,
Well, I mean,
I know I have a propensity and a fucking habit of hating everything I do as soon as I do it. And usually it takes me like a year or 2 to watch it again and be like, oh, that was good. But I don't know, man. I'm starting to edit this thing, and I feel like it sucks. And I feel like I suck now. I feel like I suck now.
Pat, if I may, oh, have you ever heard the expression "take your feelings to the altar"?
No, I haven't. Please explain that to me.
Okay, what you're feeling, the emotion, the anxiety, it doesn't matter. All that matters, my son, is that you're doing it. You are doing it, and you have been doing it for a long time. So my fatherly advice to you, being born almost a month before you,
I need fatherly advice.
I got you. Just shut up and let me talk a little bit. My fatherly advice to you, and you know that I have destroyed my studio offline. Tell me I'm lying.
You
I
have destroyed your studio.
Destroyed what I call a studio offline, trying to instill in you the fact that you already know what you're doing, and that's why you're doing it. Bro, it is so use the force. It is so use the force, but you and I are both believers in the power of the dark side.
Indeed,
but bro,
indubitably.
just use the force. You don't need no targeting. You don't need no targeting computer. You don't need no targeting computer. You're on target. You're on target.
You know what it is, dude, too? And I'm going to relate this back to a story that we're going to talk about. A headline surrounding the J Cup, GCW, the Joey Janela Cup. But, you know, early on, playing shows since I was like 14, early on, one thing that I noticed that I fucking hated, that I never wanted to become, was somebody who was overconfident. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be the type of guy who talks about everything I've done and everything I do and everything I've sacrificed. And I don't want to be the type of guy who, like, needs to point out to other people that they need flowers. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a guy like Joseph Janela. And I decided this before I even knew that he existed. Before I even saw him in his way, I decided, I would rather be hypercritical. I would rather hate everything I do and everything I am, because that would push me to be better, rather than to just Barry Horowitz myself, wake up in the morning every day and give myself finger guns and tell myself how fucking cool I am in the mirror and pat myself on the back and go about my day telling everybody in my general vicinity that belief. I'd rather not be that guy. But I feel like in the quest to not be that guy, I have become a shell. Because think about it this way. If you're like a smart dude and you understand the irony and darkness of the universe, the chaos of the universe, when you're in school or when you're in any kind of organized like type of situation, people tell you, oh, be positive, you got to be positive. Like if you're a smart person, a cynical person, that line of be positive is like bullshit, right? It's like, stupid people are positive. Idiot assholes are confident. But you know what? I feel like as my creative window is closing and I'm morphing from a creative Tom Green, shoot from the hip, alternative, confident guy. As I'm transitioning from that into a cranky old man, I realized that I should have been positive. Being positive isn't something that stupid people do. Being positive is something that smart people do. It's like, okay, if you're fat, you should work out. But also healthy people need to work out too. So positive mental outlook, PMA, positive mental attitude, it's not just for negative people. It's for the smart people too. Because if you don't go to the gym, you could get fat. So as a smart person, a cynical person, I didn't practice PMA, and now I'm so negative and so fat that I can't even get on the positivity treadmill. Did that make any sense? That was a long-winded allegory there.
Oh, yeah.
So so you know what I'm saying? If you're like naturally in shape and you're naturally have a good metabolism, it's easy to think, oh, well, only fat people need to go to the gym. But yo, motherfucker, I don't care how good your metabolism is. I don't care how naturally in shape you are. If you don't go to the gym, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I feel like me as a cynical motherfucker who hates their own stuff every second of every day because I would rather die in a gutter hating myself than be Joey Janela for 1 second. I feel like maybe I should have worked out. Maybe I should have practiced PMA a little bit.
I know I'm pixelated, but me, can I talk? Hello? Am I there? Can I talk?
Yeah.
Hello? You are thinking way too much. You are not giving yourself time to let set in that although there are many influencers doing similar things to what you do, you have me like dedicating my time to your vision, and people the caliber of Schlatt that are dedicating their time to doing things with you. And to people like me and Schlatt, that eclipses all of the, am I doing good? And am I just a schlub? Have I lost my, you have us. And you have had a slew from R.I.P. Joe Carr to Maxwell Jacob Feinstein.
Feinstein?
You've had a slew So once you start to look at your trophies, albeit they may not be physical ones, don't think too much. Just keep on doing what you're doing, boy.
We're just
That's
gonna
why
keep it
I'm
rolling.
here.
Just
That's why I'm here.
all gas, no brakes.
Bro. I dare say the wheels fall off. I dare say to the wheels fall off.
I don't know. Confidence is for people like Daniel Damanto and Joseph Janela. Confidence is for dumb motherfuckers, dude. Because anybody could have confidence, especially the weak, especially the mentally deficient. It's very easy for them to have confidence because it's a smoke screen. It's a fucking manufactured thing. It's a defense mechanism. So to me, it's like, all right, yo, if I wanted to have confidence, I could, but I choose not to because I want to thirst and hunger for perfection every fucking day. You know what I mean? I don't want to be talking about no.
And that's why I'm here. You're like me.
You got a lot going on. You got a massive schedule coming up, my dog.
Bro, I told you about it, didn't I?
Well, Larry, you texted me the other day and you go, bro, ... And whenever you text me like Pat ... or like bro ... I feel like you're about to tell me something that happened on Twitter. Like, so you're about to tell me something catastrophic. We're fucked. I feel like the next text is like, we are so fucked. Every single time.
No.
You do it to me all the time. You're like, dude, bro, Pat ... And I'm like, oh my God, Larry, no. What happened? Who died? Who got canceled?
You know what those ... are? They're smoke signals. They're smoke signals.
I know, but I keep thinking that something catastrophic happened.
You're not looking at those immediately that they always come in, bro. You know you're not.
No, but
you
dude,
catch up
the
to
one,
them sometimes.
the I guess it might have been Wednesday or Thursday after we did the show last week. You texted me, Pat ... And I go, oh no. I think I even text you back, oh no, just give it to me straight, Larry. Tell me what happened. But then you were just talking about your travel.
Because, Pat, I need help. Leo Rush at one point was like, hey, I need an agent. When Leo Rush really started percolating, like I remember he was on Twitter and he was like, hey man, I need an agent. And I understand that plight now when you're in high demand and you agree to everything because you want the money. Don't get it twisted. I want the money.
Right, you just say, yeah. Yo, that's the same thing that happens to me at like fucking when I do freelance graphic design or like even at my job. It's like, hey, Pat, want to work Sunday? Yeah. Want to work Monday? Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, I'm going day to day and I'm saying yes to everything. And then I look at my month. I'm like, oh, I have 2 days off this entire month. Okay.
Yeah. Bro, push it to the limit.
Push it to the limit. Yeah.
So I agreed to the Jimmy Controversy rave. I agreed to the Jimmy Controversy rave on February 28th, the last day of this month.
And where is that going to be taking place?
Philadelphia.
It's a Jimmy rave.
No. R.I.P. Jimmy Rave. Jimmy Controversy.
I know. I'm just saying missed opportunity.
Oh, that's not nice. It's Jimmy Controversy's deal. Tarzan will be there and the rest of the Phillies.
I feel like Tarzan is a rave guy.
He indeed is. But bro, our show that we're sponsoring, the Death Wish Cup, I fly out at 6 a.m.
So when's the Death Wish Cup? The third? The first? The first, right.
3-1.
So
3-1.
And we're gonna get to this this Saturday, 222. You're doing this huge CZ Dub show. And then are you doing anything else this weekend besides CZ Dub? All right, so you just got the Philly date. Then you will be then the following weekend, the 28th, you'll be renting a car.
Atlantic City.
Oh, 222 is in Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then the following week, you're going to be getting a rental, driving to Philly. Then you got to come back after the rave and wake up at 6 in the morning to go to our sponsored. Paint me the picture, Lar.
There will be no sleep because the rave begins at 10 p.m.
I mean, still kind of early for a rave.
Well, should I say the show begins at 10 p.m.?
Well, and but look, if there's one thing I know about Philly is like Philly ain't doing after hours like that.
I ain't got no time. So what I think I'm gonna do, is I got a forward rent to Philly, and then the next day another rental in Chicago. So I think I'm gonna do the rental to Philly, and I'm gonna drive that rental and drop it back off at the airport, BWI. I'm gonna go right from Philly directly to BWI is my hey, I'm dropping the rental off here. And then do the 6 a.m. flight to Chicago. Then when I land in Chicago, because I'll have a little Skrilla, I have a little of a Payoski. I'll either lift or wait for the good friends at We Love Wrestling to courier my ass to wherever, Airbnb, venue, hotel, whatever. Do that. Same good folks from We Love Wrestling courier my ass to the airport for my 7 a.m. flight on March 2nd.
I love this for you. So you're going to be tired.
I already am.
Ha! You know what? I can give you one tip. Just behave yourself at the rave. If you just drink OJ at the rave, I mean, it's totally doable. Like, if you, and I feel the same way about myself. All of these tasks are much less painful if we were, healthy and decided to live in a healthy manner. Just, and, partying and drinking, smoking weed, not even withstanding. If both of us just smoked half as many cigs, the schedule would probably be easier. Life would probably be a lot easier.
Pat, I'm actually going to say, for me, traveling to the Midwest, it's probably actually safer for me to party on the East Coast and just sleep it all off on the plane. It's probably better for me to go all in Philly as opposed to be all the way out there. Yeah, with people who hate me because of this podcast. A lot of people that hate watching this podcast, they hate me because of Brian.
Never heard of him.
I actually think it's safer for me to get my fucking wild oat own in the city of brotherly love.
I made that mistake not at the CCW, not at the XPW show we did where I wound up commentating with Necro. The one beforehand, I made that same mistake. I said, okay, I'm hanging out with Homeless Jimmy. I'm hanging out with Hardcore Hillbilly. I'm just going to stay up all night. And if I'm hungover during the show tomorrow, that's fine because I'm going to be at a show. You know what I mean? Better than doing hangover into show than show into hangover into real life. But that was not a good idea.
And for me, I feel like when you go with the flow of a rave is a party. But then the next day is a tournament. It's like Larry Legend, it's like, come on, this was a tournament. It's a long show, all the stipulations. I almost feel like that I would like be able to myself, like, you're Larry Legend, do it, you know?
Well, we're getting old, dude. Years of abuse. Years and years of abuse. Hey, Loganstein, elder statesman of the Blvd Bullies, OG member. Next Friday, I leave after work at 6 p.m. and start the 6-hour journey to Chicago for We Love Wrestling. You and Loganstein reunited.
And I will. So, Pat, I have often said that the camaraderie shared amongst people that care enough to like go to church every Sunday exists in other types of rituals. And knowing that somebody cares enough about this show to drive 6 hours right after they get off work.
That's what it's all about, dude. That's what it's all about, literally.
A boot.
Whether you're the one driving or whether you're one performing. That's what it's all about, Doug.
Can I ask you something?
Please
Branching. And this just I had before we went on, I wanted to add it to the notes. RVD ECW theme versus RVD WWE theme.
Okay, well, I have a lot of thoughts on this topic, and I'm so happy you brought it up. But you gotta add in the RVD TNA theme.
You got me, kid. I'm not familiar with the RVD TNA
Dude, it's
theme.
like, okay, hold on. Fuck. Okay, it's like they took both themes and meshed them together perfectly. So RVD's ECW theme is obviously the far superior one. Walk. Dun, 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 re, dun, 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 dun. And by the way, Larry, as a young teenager, I didn't really care about Pantera that much. They weren't super on my radar. But when RVD came out and every single motherfucker in the building was singing dun, 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 Ray, dun, 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 smack. Yo, I fucking cared about that. I was invested. And yo, there was a thing about RVD that no other wrestler has had since or ever. And it was almost like the stupid, aloof way that he would like ham it up. And like the crowd was like so behind him. So if you're watching your first ever RVD match later on, like TV champion or post TV champion run, it's like he's taunting for the first 3 minutes of the match. And the crowd is just so into it. Rob Van, and it's like, and as a first time viewer, you're like, who is this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because it's like, you're watching ECW, it's like New Jack, Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, Raven, even Sabu, the Dudleys, all Rhino, Tajiri, all this shit, right? And like RVD, like, didn't have a place. It was just like, he was just him. And he was just the guy that like taunted a lot. And you're like, yo, who the fuck is this guy? And then the match starts. And then it's like Michael fucking Jordan is wrestling. And I'm just saying, like, the aura of Prime over taunting RVD, it's like playing your friend in couch co-op and they're just spamming the taunt. By the way, let me get to the super chats right here. John Richter, $20 fucking dollars. Thank you, dude. Thank you. That means so much.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thank you. That means so much. He says y'all love y'all. And by the way, thank you to all you guys helping me through therapy time. Captain Dave, Rhinestone Cowboy, Chase and Matthew McHugh, Urka. Appreciate you guys.
Oh, Urk, I gotta send your shirt. Urk, I'm sending it tomorrow. I'm sorry, Urk. I'm sending your shirt tomorrow, dear.
ZMZO Super Chat says, favorite all-time ZA strains. That's kind of like RVD related. I want to get back to RVD, though, because that's something I can talk about all day. Favorite strain?
Could I... Larry OG. For the very same reason that Larry Bird was my favorite. For the very same reason Larry Bird was my favorite basketball player growing up, Larry OG.
It's about you, because it's about
you. And, I mean, I see my name. I didn't choose it. I just see my name. So Larry OG. Gelato number 33, also for Larry Legend, as in Larry Bird from Boston. I like gelato number 33 in particular, not 41, 33. And I guess I'm gonna just say any Kush, like in my area, Florida Kush is like my primo, but like anything that ends in Kush, I think of like Africa. So I love it. But Florida Kush, Larry OG, gelato number 33. Pop.
Drop that down!
Okay, Larry, I had to refresh my memory. So, ECW Rob Van Dam theme. Smacked. Okay, then Rob Van Dam theme WWE. One of a kind. I see when looking around. I see I one of a kind. Hey. All right, ready. But here's the far superior, Larry. TNA thing. Boo. Rob Van Dam. The whole fucking show. Bop, 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 bop. Rob Van Dam. Bop, 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 bop. The whole fucking show.
Remember that.
You see what I'm doing? You see what I'm saying there? All three songs. Only one written by Pantera. All three incredible. Bop, 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 bop. Rob Van Dam. Bop, 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 bop. The whole fucking show. Literally that for 8 minutes, Larry. They knew exactly what the assignment was.
But if you believe in the begetting of the begetting, do you understand what I'm saying? The begetting of that to beget this, to beget that, it's almost like that, the third and final, it's almost like a little bit of a boost, because we even know this guy at a global level now. Like at first he was underground, then he became mainstream. Now he's kicking his feet up. So we're going to just like all the stuff that brought him to the dance, we're just going to be like, let's say his name. And let's say here's what he used to say back then.
Well,
but
also like
beat that,
because it's just, he was such an anomaly, such an enigma, because it's like, he's got the guy blowing the whistle, right? Like insufferably blowing the whistle. And then it's Rob Van jumping spin kick. It's like he's so corny. At the essence of him, in the fabric of him, he's so not cool and so corny. Even the name Rob Van Dam is so lame. But somehow.
So do you think that he's adjacent? Do you think that he's adjacent to Stone Cold Steve Austin, who shares a birthday with him?
No, because Stone Cold Steve Austin was just fucking cool, dude. Rob Van Dam was just odd.
Listen. I don't know.
With the airbrush tights. Like everything about him on paper is fucking lame. Is fucking like try too hard, lame, weird. With the airbrushed yin yang tights and the fucking splits and the over taunting. And it's just like, who is this guy? But every single person sang along to the song, and every single person did RVD. So it's like, who is this? Like, that was like part of his moveset was the taunts. So, like, even if Tommy Dreamer or whatever the fuck, like, Just Incredible, all these fucking guys at the time. I'm talking 2099. I'm talking later ECW. It's like the fans loved them more. But part of the gimmick of the show was to salute Rob Van Dam every time he made a taunt. So, like, by just through, like, making that part of his gimmick and then backing it up, he was the most noticeable, most popular. Bop, 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 bop. Rob Van Dam. Bop, 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 bop. The whole effing show. Bop, 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 bop. So obviously Pantera is the best music.
What does the chat say?
Just hell yeah. Hey, what's your favorite Rob Van Dam match? Hey, Larry.
I would love to just be a nerd.
Hey, Larry, what's your favorite RVD match?
I would love to just be a nerd and say it was like a RF video fan cam Bam Bam Bigelow versus RVD match in like upstate New York, like Binghamton.
The big flip?
Binghamton. Huh?
The big flip?
Huh?
The big front flip?
He did that. Well, no, not that one. But I know what you're talking about. He flipped in a lot of matches. But I would like to be a nerd and say that. But I like that last ECW pay-per-view when Rhino took the belt from Sandman. And then Jerry Lynn came out and was like, this show's not going to end without me. And there was like all this like scuttlebutt about RVD's contract negotiations. Like Paulie owed him a lot of money. But the through line is that all of a sudden that and Hammerstein Ballroom erupted like nothing Brett Lauderdale has ever imagined to witness at one of his shows.
Often tried to recreate.
To me,
never duplicated.
Of course. Well, I mean, he was influenced. Like all of us. We were all influenced. But to me, like just kind of like Stone Cold, and I'm not even going to touch on that last diatribe you made about the two of them, but kind of like Stone Cold, the second you hear the first, bro, I'm shitting, I'm coming, I'm throwing up, I'm crying, I'm pissing, I'm going full ballistic over that first or and that's probably my favorite match for no more than the fact that people did not think he was going to be there.
The surprise appearance. Not the original Jerry Lynn not the original Jerry Lynn gold shiny pants Jerry Lynn, but the bike shorts Jerry rematch. Maybe even the third of them, because once again, I wasn't into ECW in like 96, 97. It took me till like 99, 2000, 2001 to really, you know what I'm saying? Like I watched DVDs of the 911 Tommy Dreamer choke slam. I watched that like on the internet, but I didn't watch that live. You know what I'm saying? Like I was more Rhino Tajiri ECW.
I know.
The network. I wasn't so much Raven Tommy Dreamer ECW. I watched that on like tape. But yo, when they had the return match, when they had RVD versus Jerry Lynn 2, or even 3, because to me, that was like, whatever, I think it was 3. It was on his bike shorts, Jerry. And it was the first time I was watching their matches live, but I had watched the originals live with, like, you know how they're doing the kung fu, this duck the chair, leg sweep, jump, throw. Alfonso catches it, throws it back. Dude, the most intricate shit. Yeah, and then, and that was when the standoff, the karate Mortal Kombat standoff really meant something, dude.
Everybody.
On the feet.
Everybody.
On the feet, dude. On the feet.
Yep.
And that's when, and
Yep.
you know what? That's even from a time before forearm for forearm. Like at that point, the early 2000s, forearm for forearm was basically duck, miss, kick, miss, jump, duck, karate stance.
Yeah.
Yo, if RVD and Jerry Lynn had forearm for forearm in the toolbox at that time, forget about it, dude. And also, you can't forget honorable mention RVD versus Sick Boy Scotty Riggs, where he debuted the Van Terminator. You remember that, Larry?
I don't remember anything about that. I don't remember anything about that match besides the end or the Van Terminator.
Yo, and here's the thing. Do you know the Shane McMahon Coast to Coast? That is, in essence, the Van Terminator. Except instead of a garbage can, imagine Bill Alfonso holding the chair, right? But here's the crucial difference, dude. That RVD springboarded. He fucking vaulted like he was AJ Styles going for the forearm. He springboarded the Van Terminator. He went on the other fucking apron and jumped up and springboard Van Terminator. Whereas Shane McMahon, he's gotten to the top rope, stepped to the left, and then jumped. You feel me?
Well, the pundits will say that the WWE ring is bigger slightly. The pundits.
All right, well, even still, a springboard Van Terminator is what nature intended, not a top rope step to the rope jump. What a brutal back bump,
I gotta
though.
go.
What a road rash back bump that must be.
It prepped him for King of the Ring in the glass.
Yo, speaking of small rings, did you see that AEW Grand Slam in Australia? I guess they didn't time the freight of their own gear correctly. So Kyle Fletcher needed to hit up an independent wrestling promotion in the area to loan a ring to AEW for their Grand Slam show?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yo, and you know what? It was some indie ring too, because the posts were bending in a little bit. And when you zoomed into a facial, like a 1-2, what's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? Like a zoom in on a facial TV wrestling? The ring is bouncing. The ring is bouncing, and so it's so bouncy. It was they did a 16 by 16 bouncy ring for their AEW Grand Slam big whole show. It was originally supposed to be a pay-per-view. It was originally supposed to be in a stadium. Then it was I guess it's like a Dynamite. It's a Grand Slam Dynamite. But then on HBO, you could watch them on Max, Larry. Apparently on that it was labeled just like AEW Dynamite. Have you seen any of these clips on the Twitter machine?
Pat, I love wrestling. I love this show. I love the people of wrestling. I have seen nothing. I have not seen one thing
Well, I didn't
from that
watch the
show.
Grand Slam. I don't know. I actually don't know if they're going to show it tomorrow, Wednesday, as like a Dynamite like special edition. Or
So,
maybe it was like
so I
it was an
tried to
HBO Max
watch.
exclusive. I all I've seen from it was the clips on Twitter with the bending forward turnbuckles and
I haven't
posts,
even seen that. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that.
and it was a very bouncy ring. John Richter says, I personally think the reason RVD got over so hard was because he was a homegrown person who had the WCW skill level a la Guerrero / Rey Mysterio, but also openly blew chronic and had a cool look. When I think of RVD and ECW, I think the impact the Bucks had in ROH. Yo, dude, no. RVD and the Bucks are two different animals. RVD is the most purely original human being that I've ever seen in a wrestling ring.
That's a lot to unpack what Johnny said.
John also goes on to say, ZM Zo, I'm sorry, says Eddie versus RVD ladder match where Eddie fucked up the fan that ran in. Never seen it. I should probably brush up on my WWE
so
RVD.
hold on. So can I just say a lot of the times moments in matches make them memorable, but like other than like a pivotal moment like when Eddie fucked the fan up, and also that was Eddie's first match like out of rehab. Remember they sent Eddie away for a while in WWE, and then he came back and fought RVD on Raw in the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. And a fan like jumped in the ring, and Eddie had to jump off the ladder and give him the business. And it was a really good match, but I'm not putting it up there with him versus Jarry Lynn at whatever that. What was that last ECW pay per view called at Hammerstein? Not Living Dangerously. That was the first one. Not was it barely legal? Was it barely legal?
Anything that
No.
RVD did in Japan is worth
Whatever
a
it
watch
was.
because he was just karate, no crazy shit yet. It was perfection when Sabu and RVD were tag partners and Sabu threw the chair, then RVD would just jump and kick it. Did you also see that AEW fired Beer Beefcake? Apparently, homeboy got arrested for strangling his fiance. Hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about Bear Bronson, okay? The Bronson boys, the Bear boys.
Make sure you're talking about the right one, okay? Make sure you're talking about the right one.
Okay. The bigger guy, the redheaded guy who stepped on his fiance's throat and got fired from AEW. He's the piece of shit.
That is not Bear Bronson.
No, Bear Bronson, former CZW talent, Creator Pro. I hung out with him and bonded with him at an NYWC Psycho Circus. Long Island guy, Maxwell Jacob Friedman friend, Bear Bronson, right?
It is not.
He's cool. He's fucking cool. He's one of the nicest guys. He's one of the coolest guys. Right?
Yes.
But his fucking partner, Beef, whatever. I don't know. Listen, he stepped on his fiance's throat. He got arrested. He got fired from AEW. He sucked anyway. But I got to tell you, Larry, and I want to tell you, viewers, that the Bear boys, the Bear babes, the Bears were booked on Outlaw Wrestling back in the dill. And I had, Larry, your favorite ex-girlfriend of mine, was doing merch with the Blvd Bulls. Your favorite ex-girlfriend of mine. And you know what? And look, and listen, Larry, it's hard to bring a girlfriend to an event. It's hard because they're sitting alone. You know, you're working. You know how it goes, Larry. And this beefy beef boy.
No. I never had a girl with me at a show.
This beef.
I actually seen a diamond, but she's not my girl.
Beefaholic. What do you think he does? Well, I'm ring announcing, and he's done with his match. What do you think he does at the Blvd Bullies merch table, Larry? Starts hitting on your favorite ex-girlfriend.
He tries your ass?
No.
Can you blame him? Kick him?
Well, yeah, he probably
How's he
wanted to
supposed to
step
know
on her
that's your
neck.
girl? Pat.
He probably saw from a mile away that she was into that. But I just want to say...
Okay, he's gone. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
I just want to say that this motherfucker flirted with and hit on my girlfriend knowing that she was on the Blvd Bullies fucking squad. And I'm going to tell you something else. Because I was working and I couldn't pay the right amount of attention to this toxic-ass bitch, that she humored him. She humored him to make me upset. And guess what I did, Larry? I didn't care. I locked in. I was hyper-focused. I locked into my job. My job. But I'll never forgive her for that. Hey, let's get to your favorite part of the show.
Yay, because, 8:04.
Thank you, Larry and Pat, for continuing the podcast every week. This is almost the only thing I look forward to here. Can't believe you guys didn't talk.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Can't believe you guys didn't talk about the Danny DeMonto Game Changer Weekly interview. Just 3 short hours.
What? 3 hours? It's a what?
It's 3 hours.
But what was the interview? What was it on?
It was on Game Changer Weekly.
As in Brett's
Game
Changer?
No, not even that. Not even that. There's an independent podcast named Game Changer Weekly, not to be associated with the character that Atticus Kogar made up with the mustache, the mask, Stanley.
I mean, it's like it's on Game Changer Weekly, and that has nothing to do with Game Changer Wrestling, which he invented.
All right, Larry. ZMZO says we need Larry to set up a Sergeant Jimmy controversy interview after the Venom show. Can we do that? Can we bring on Sergeant Jimmy after the rave? The Tuesday after the rave, can we bring him on?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
What else?
So just Roland says, anyone notice the edit during the GCW weekly show at DeMonto? DME 2.0 was the topic. Quote, garbage got taken out. Super trolls have been silenced. Then it cuts to them laughing. They took out a huge portion of them talking about most likely Brian and us. Did Joey and DeMonto team up to silence Brian? Here's the answer to that question. Absolutely not. They wish. And it's just very funny, and I haven't listened to anything, and I don't know anything, but if somebody was implying that the quote-unquote trash was taken out, if somebody was implying that the super trolls have been silenced and implying that they somehow took credit for it because of their standoffish nature and their till the wheels fall out, stick-to-itiveness attitude, that is a lie. The super troll you speak of, and Larry, when I hear somebody say super troll, there's only one name that comes to my brain. It's Bry.
I had him up there. Listen, no disrespect, but I kind of had him up there with minis.
So when
Just
you
to,
think
like, say-
super troll,
just
you
to
think
say-
Mins?
Just to say some shit. Just to say some shit. Remember, I fought with him. Do you have to say shit, Brian? Do you have to? You don't have to.
Well, it's
And a
almost
lot
like
of
the
times
Joker
when
and
I'm like-
Batman. You know, Mins doesn't exist without Bry, and Bry don't exist without Mins.
Well, Mins ain't got nothing to silence him. And
No,
every
I
once
think
in a
he
while,
just
I'll
went
look
back
at
to
a
his
post
job
and
at
then he'll-
Chuck E. Cheese, and doesn't really care about what Brian's doing. He's just setting up chairs with his retarded son at GCW, and he's just working at Chuck E. Cheese.
You know
as
what?
a busboy.
You know what? I might have to go. I don't like this kind of talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you saying that he got fired from his job as a busboy at Chuck E. Cheese?
I'm not saying anything. You're revealing all to me. Bro,
Hey,
I only got a
before
little
you
bit of time.
leave, let's talk about the J Cup, won by Masha Slamovich. And
My
Joe
girl,
Janela, severely
she's still on a
injured.
roll. Who?
Joseph Janela, severely injured. Bicep, his writing hand, ripped off the bone. 4 to 6 months surgery and recovery. Crowbar, friend of the program, friend of Blvd Bullies, helped Joe Janela with his surgery, with rehab plans. So hopefully he'll be back. But now the fans are clamoring for Atticus Kogar versus Sabu at Joey Janela's / Atticus Kogar's spring break.
Wait, is that severe? It's that severe? There's
very
no
severe.
Sabu? It's that severe?
It's a 4-month recovery at the very least. Off the bone.
Who did it?
Off the
Who was
bill.
he fighting? Who was he fighting?
It was against Atticus Cougar. Off the bill.
Wow. I did not know that. I really don't know anything.
I think the FBI might have hit me for saying the guy's son was the R word. Hold on, let's see if we're still live.
What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry, Larry. I'm fired up.
Now, if Brian would have did that very same stunt in the green room afterwards, you would have destroyed your studio.
I would have destroyed my own studio if somebody had called somebody's son the R. But Brian's not here, so I got to pick up some of the schlack.
Nice. Are we live, Ho?
Yeah, everything's fine.
All right, are we done the comments? Can we do a...
Joey Torn
gotta
in
go.
the tag match against Addy and Otis was going to muscle through till after Mania, but injured it further and had to have the surge. We should say remedial.
I mean, there's like, I guess all I can say to that is this: when it came down time for me to nut up, shut up, I was like, I think I can get a little bit longer time announcing than fighting.
Hey, one last comment before you have to leave, Larry. What you got 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
15.
Bren says,
Go
just
ahead.
make this show watchable again. Bring in the Rhinestone Cowboy.
Watchable?
Well, you know, Bren is a piece of shit. Oh, he's taking off. Oh my God! Look what you've done.
Watchable?
Look what you've done now. Axel Nose says, if you were going to build a video game around a rookie storyline, like they do in most games ending with a championship and WrestleMania victory, Marcus Mathers would be the perfect guy to play in that video game. Hey, Larry, WWE ID just announced titles. There's just 2 titles. There's a WWE ID men's and there's an ID women's. And these titles are, I guess there's going to be an LFG tournament. There's going to be something. And these titles are just going to be floating around the indies. And Marcus Mathers, he might be the guy.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to wrestling and championship titles, why not have more?
Smart. Hey, if you comment on this video on YouTube this week, February 18th, 2005, you will be entered to win this Chariot compact disc. The Chariot. The album, The Fiance. 10 tracks. Incredible. Oh, shit. So comment on this video. You could win the Chariot, the Fiance, the album, the compact disc. Anything else, Larry? What do you want to talk about before you got to go?
I want to encourage everyone to share. Don't just comment. Share this video. You know, Bren maybe onto a little something, saying make it watchable again, because our viewership has been, you know, so share this video.
Yo, you know, I feel like I could do a little Rhinestone Cowboy. You want to have Rhinestone Cowboy be the 3rd anchor next week?
I mean, with me having to jet, as I do often on Tuesdays, it might be just what the doctor ordered.
The ring was too small. AW, the ring.
I saw nothing. I saw not one thing. I saw not one clip,
Hey,
bro. I saw nothing.
Before you leave, let me ask you this. What are you expecting from the CZW fucking show? 2-2-2. Alex Colon versus Nicholas Gage. You got Jimmy Lloyd versus Tarzan, friend of the Bullies. You got a Justice Payne Hall of Fame introduction. Milk Chocolate's going to be there. You got Marcus Mathers versus Richard Swan. It's kind of a stacked chat.
Well, Pat, it's the 26th anniversary. CZW ain't silver no more. It's on its way to becoming platinum.
Gold. 25
Rose
is silver, 50 is gold.
Mm-hmm.
You got to
Okay,
go
and
75 for
platinum.
plat.
Okay, well, we're getting it there. I'll be dead. But yeah, and I'm there. Do you realize this is now? It wasn't just a appearance at the cage. I've been announced. I'm there.
Well, Larry, last week we were talking about how you and the ring announcer shared a left and right post on Instagram. But then later this week, there was like a 10 frame that showed all the matches. And like the 9th or 10th frame was hosted by CZW Hall of Famer Larry Legend. And my babe didn't get a frame. Only Lara got a frame.
Listen, she's not just your babe. She's my babe. She's my daughter. Okay, she's my daughter.
That's what I meant. By babe, I meant sister. My sister.
Yeah, she's my daughter. Okay? And we don't want it to seem like, oh, Lara's back. And that's all that matters.
I feel like that's what they need to make it seem like, because look at this card. Judge Joe appears. Mathers versus Swanee. Fucking Cologne versus Gage. There's a whole vibe that needs Larry at the helm.
CZW has always been one of the most diverse and progressive companies ever. Diverse and progressive companies ever. I am happy to still be a part of the alumni wing, but also kind of get someone up, because I can't always be there. I do shows. I can't always be there. And yeah, we got 10.
Yeah, but because you are there, it needs to be the hyper focus.
Well, I feel like what you're touching on is that this is very much a legacy. Like this, very much in the 26 years of CZW, there's a lot of legacy players on this. Gagi, Holon, La. There's a bunch of like legacy people on this. Justice Bean, So
Justice
we
P.
want to have that. Judge Joe, Rosaria, Griffin McCoy, Junie Underwood, Milk Chocolate. Because that legacy that I just mentioned, that Gage, that Cologne, that Justice Payne, that La, we were with EC. Okay? We were with Moxley. Okay? We were with Mystico Fantastico. Okay? We were with all of them. MGF. We were with all of them. So, yeah, it's important that we remind everyone that we're not going nowhere. We're not going nowhere. And as much as the first time you saw Masada against Danny Havoc in the goddamn gusset plate death match in like 2011? It's 2025 and we're still fucking banging. Bitch.
Bitch.
We're still banging. My girl's here now.
I'm kind of really excited, actually, for the CZW show.
When are you coming out again to a shop?
Oh, my God. I don't know. I bought a PS5 from Steve, and I'm just very happy with my PS5.
You want to come to my April 19th in Killer Queens? My April 19th in Killer Queens?
Oh, my God. Anything in Queens
and then we can
do
a little shindig. We can do a little shindig afterwards. We can do a little meet and greet, if you will.
And
you know what I'm talking about.
I know you're going to be at this birthday party as my date.
I mean, that's April 19th. My shindig in New York.
All right, so April 19th, I'm going to come to you and be your guest, be your social media guy, your agent, your security. And then we're going to roll out.
like you did in Madison, where you and Steve Muskoff did at MSG.
No, it
I
was
totally
me and
forgot
Bald
about
Steve. It was
this.
me and Bald Steve.
And you filmed me saying Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles, Roman Reigns. Did you film me saying like Roman Reigns? I did those bumpers for WWE in the Garden there, and Steve filmed them.
We're being asked in the chat if we're going to be at the New Jersey 7 show. You going to be there? Have you been contacted about this?
Yeah.
Should I go too?
It's 3/29. It's March 29th.
Should I go with you?
Well, what I was going to ask you is, why don't you come to fucking for the 26th anniversary? Why don't you come for that?
The what?
The 26th anniversary.
Oh, 222?
Yeah.
222 is maybe a little too
short.
close. I should have
Too
maybe
short.
planned ahead for 222. But I might be able to do 3-1. I might be able to like meet you at the airport at 3-1.
Chicago?
She can't?
No.
And then
That
I
would
mean
be
for
so,
sure.
Dude, do it.
I mean, we are the sponsors, right?
Yeah, we've got to show up.
They're going to need
I
somebody
wear
to
my
make fun of
duster?
whoever their commentator is, right?
Yeah. Pat, should I just wear like how I look on the flyer, the duster, the Dirty South? Larry,
Well, you know,
should I
Larry,
do-
you did say, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but you issued a fucking call to arms of the Bulls in the Wood, saying that, like, whatever show we go to, we wear a Blvd Bullies piece of match. And by the way, yo, honestly, this is totally for real. Forget about the shitty giveaways, by the way. Win the Chariot, the Fiance, great compact disc. But forget about the giveaways. If you are a fucking weekly viewer and participator of this show, just slide into my DMs. Let me get you a shirt. Let me get you a shirt. Because, Larry, you said that every motherfucker that watches this, that goes to any show, needs to wear a Bulls in the Wood match.
So I'll wear that to the airport.
Oh, only airport.
I'll wear the right. I'll wear the anti-social wrestling club.
Anti-wrestling club. Is
That's
there
it.
any better
That's the
way to
one.
describe what we're doing here on this program?
Yeah, we hate this shit. Yo, real quick before we go, talking about the bigs. Yo, all of Impact Wrestling's upper management has like changed. I don't know if this means anything, but all of the people who run Impact Wrestling, like the president, the COO, all of them people have like changed. So who knows what that means? But it's big. Cornette was talking about it. Also, condolences to Jim Cornette on the passing of his dog.
Oh my
Harley
God!
Quinn.
Did you listen to
If
that?
anyone listens,
Did you listen to
yes,
that?
dude. I do, dude. When he broke down, I couldn't even listen. I
was
just
tough. It was
stopped
tough,
listening.
dude. It was tough.
When he broke, bro, I couldn't even listen to nothing else. I was like, I can't. So condolences to Icon Jim Cornette on the passing of his dog. For any of us who have pets, and I'm petting one of mine right now, there's nothing like that first day where you don't feel and see your. There's nothing.
Hey, you know
like
what
it.
else? I got to say something. Today I saw a YouTube short from Muscle Man. You know this like very.
I know him. I know him. I've seen him in MCW shows. Yeah.
You know this. He's a very smooth and well manicured black man.
Yes, I know
With a
him.
variety of nice hats.
I've seen him. I've done shows with him.
And you know, he asks every interview. He goes, "What's your Waffle House order?" Which I think is so fucking brilliant. This guy's brilliant. And yo, he did one with Mance Warner, and I like shared it. I didn't even know who this fucking guy was. I didn't even realize he was like a player. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I mean he's a player as much as that guy got speared by
No, No, but
We're
this
all
guy's a
losing our blood to
player, dude.
read.
This guy is like WWE fucking press conference access check mark. Right? And
I mean,
shared
I
a
just
thing-
said he's as much of a player as the guy who took the spear. He's just as much of a player as the guy who took the spear in the Royal Rumble. I know him, yeah.
No,
He
not nearly as
reshared
much.
it and-
But anyway, this guy, Muscle Marcus, whatever the fuck this guy's name is, I shared his Mance Warner clip. Like it was suggested to me on Bullies Instagram.
Uh-huh.
So I shared it. Yo, this guy sent me a message on Bullies. He goes, yo, y'all inspired me. I've been a fan of Bullies since before I even started YouTubing. Like, you know, you're amazing. Like, thanks for the share. And I
Okay,
sent him a message
okay,
back.
look.
I go, dude.
No. Stop. Because I've got to go and I got to talk too. So stop. All I'm going to say before I leave is what we were talking about at the beginning about you feeling so all kicking rocks. Oh, I don't know if what I'm doing is right. And well, am I good? And I'll see y'all next week. No,
Love
you're
you,
what?
Larry.
No,
Bye.
you're fucking
Bye,
what?
Larry.
Bye.
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 Yeah. Anyway, this guy, dude, he goes, Blvd Bullies influenced me, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're dope. And I was like, man, nah, dude, you're dope. Like you're so much bigger than us. Like, you like did it, dude. You're doing it, and you did it, and you're doing it. And even in my, you know, I don't know, cynical way, he even hit me back with some like fucking positivity. This New Day Rocks motherfucker was like, nah, dude, we're just in different like lanes. Feel me? Blah, 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 this and that. So, anyway. So, yeah, that's the show. No, I mean, the dude is a dope dude. Like, not only is he mad good at YouTube and on the grind of all of it, but he's like a dope guy. And he, like, knows his shit. And, yo, any interviewer who's going to ask a wrestler what their, like, Waffle House order is, like, yo, that's a dope guy. That's a brother. That's a Blvd Bullies brother for sure. You know. I don't know what else to do. I mean, what else is there to talk about? I mean, how about... I mean, yo, listen. That's why I miss Bri so bad. Because Bri would pay attention. And Brian would be like, yo, this guy talked about us. You know, oh, you should have seen on the Danny DeManto, they cut out blah, 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 this and that. And it's like, oh, my God. Oh, really? Okay, then I go do my research. I get like a lead. And I go do my research and I'm like ready to spit fire and talk shit. But, you know, what else is there to even do at this point? Muscle Man Malcolm. Yo. Shout out to this guy. Was influenced by Bullies. Said to me in a DM that he has respect for us. And this guy is just doing it. He's wearing good hats. He's getting into the places he needs to get into. You know, I think if it wasn't for alcoholism, Blvd Bullies probably would have done the same exact thing. All right. I think we're going to end the stream. I think we're going to end the show. I mean, yo, shout out John with the 20 spot. Dude, that's everything. That's everything to us. That's everything to me. You know, and the bank account that is Blvd Bullies will either probably, you know, I'm trying to save up for a new webcam. But I might send Larry a network extender and maybe a webcam himself. I don't know. But every $20, every $2, every view, every like, every comment, like, man, guys, I really appreciate you so much. Like I said, Brian just went MIA all of a sudden. And there wasn't even like a funny story to talk about. There isn't even like a good breakup story that would keep you hooked, that I could like tell and continue over the course of the program. But yo, we're like 160 episodes in. We're at like 3 years. We're at 2 years. And Larry's right. Larry dedicates his time. And hey, Schlack dedicated his time. So keep your eye out for a premiere before the end of the month of Schlack and Bald Steve and myself talking about date night movies, romantic movies, love story movies this month. Next month, it's Irish movies. Anything Irish. It could be an Irish director, Irish writer. It could take place in Irish life and lore. But I'm editing that. I'm doing that. And yeah, I'm fucking wasted. I fucking love you guys. I appreciate all the kind words. And definitely, for sure, without question, fuck Joey Janela. Fuck Danny DeMonto. Fuck Casanova Valentine. And to all our other enemies, who I don't even hate enough to mention, die slow. And until next time, we're out of time. Bye-bye.
I'm so close to being burned in hell forever.
The